Welcome back, dear students. So, I have come up with the next part of exponents for you all, and today, as I told you, we will be discussing about the laws of exponents, and I hope till now whatever we had discussed you all are clear with the topic, right? And still, if you have any doubts, you can post your doubts in the comment box, right? So now today, the most importantly, we are going to discuss the laws of exponents. Okay. Let us come to the first law. The first law of exponents is like that: any number a having the power m multiplied to the same number a having the power n is equal to a to the power of n plus n. I'll be explaining you all this, don't worry, okay? So now this is a variable we are taking, okay? So this is one of the first law of exponent that we are going to see today. See, a, both are same. I'll give you an example here, okay? The base should be same. The base should be what? Same. Suppose you have 2 to the power of 3, okay, multiplied to 2 to the power of 4, okay. That means what you can see here, the first law: any number to the power of two same numbers having different powers and multiplied together. So what are you going to do here? It means that the powers are added. That means what? Now here 2 is raised to the power of 3, 2 is raised to the power of 4. So what can you write here? 2 to the power of 3 plus 4. Is it clear? So you get how much? 2 to the power of 7. I think the idea is quite clear, okay? So only when they are multiplied. This is not applicable for addition, remember it. When two bases, same bases having, when two exponents having same base, okay, are multiplied, then you have to add the power, okay? Let's come to the second law of exponent. It's like this: a to the power of m divided by a to the power of n, okay? Or it is same as a to the power of m by a to the power of n. Yes or no? You know that before division whatever comes is your dividend. After division whatever comes is your divisor. Numerator is the dividend. Denominator is the divisor. It is same or not? Okay. So when you have a format like this, the rule says that you have to subtract the power m minus n. That means dividend's power minus divisor's power. Remember it. Dividend's power minus divisor's power, or numerator's power minus denominator's power. Okay, let me give an example for that. Suppose you have 3 to the power of 5 by 3 to the power of 2. So these both are divided, and as you can see, both have the same base. The base should be same, remember it. This law is applicable only for same base, not for different bases, okay? Like suppose if you have 2 to the power of 5 multiplied to 5 to the power of 2, can you write it as 2 to the power of 5 plus 2 or 5 to the power of 5 plus 2? No, you cannot write it like this, because the base is not same. Base is not same, remember it, okay? So for that, the base needs to be same. So what will be the answer for this? 3 to the power of 5 minus 2. Numerator's power minus denominator's power, okay? So you get how much? 3 to the power of 3. And you know in the last class, you can read as what? 3 cube. 3 cube, okay? So remember this, the first two laws of exponents, and besides that also we have some more laws. A to the power of m whole to the power of n is equal to a to the power of m multiplied to n. That is same as a to the power of mn. Okay, when you are reading algebra, now after this I will be teaching you algebra. So when you will be reading algebra, you will be coming to know that when you multiply two letters, okay, like this, you can just remove the multiplication sign and write them together. Okay, so what is the meaning of this? Let us see. Suppose you have formed like 2 to the power of 3 whole to the power of 4. So you have double power here, yes or no? Double power is there. So 2 to the power of 3 whole to the power of 4 is same as 2 to the power of 3 multiplied to 4, that is equal to 2 to the power of 12. So this can be written as 2 to the power of 12. I think the idea is quite clear. The fourth one I told in the last class also, any base having the power 1 is equal to the number itself. Yes? Remember, 7 to the power of 1 is 7, 9 to the power of 1 is 9. Okay? So any number having the base, having the power 1 is the number itself. Now what about the next one? Any number to the power of 0 is equal to 1. This is also very important, you will be needing this. Okay? Any number to the power of 0 is equal to what? 1. For example, suppose you have 1000 whole to the power of 0. What will be the answer? 1. Okay? So remember this 5 basic laws of exponents. In addition to it, in standard 7th you will be reading more about it. But for the time being, you need this much. Right? So I hope you all will learn it nicely and remember it. Okay? And you all are practicing and writing along with me. Okay? Apply the laws of exponents and make it as a single power and convert it to single power. Okay? I'm not writing the question fully. You have to express it as single power. So let me write out some question. Minus 12 to the power of 2 multiplied to minus 12 to the power of 5. One more question, let's take. Minus 3 to the power of 4 whole to the power of 5. Then we can take 7 to the power of 6 divided by 7 to the power of 2. Okay? So these 3 types of questions I have taken for you. Let us solve it now. Okay? So you have to apply the laws of exponents. Now we will discuss. It's as simple. You can see. Check the base. Check the base. What is the base? Same base. Minus 12 is the base for both of them. And the second condition is they are multiplied. So add the power. You have to express. The question is asking you to express as a single power. As a single power. Okay? That is the question. So now you are having 2 powers to express a single power using applying the law of exponent. Very simple. Write the base, the same base, add the powers. 2 plus 5. So you are getting how much? Minus 12 to the power of 7. As simple, right? Now this is the third law of exponent that I told you. Minus 3 to the power of 4 to the power of whole to the power of 5. So simply minus 3 and 4 multiplied to 5. So we are getting here minus 3 to the power of 20. As simple. Not to find the value, just the question is asking you to express it as a single power. Okay. Next, it's division. Here what is that? Division. Base is same. Dividends power minus divisors power. So how much you are getting here? 7 to the power of 4. That is quite clear with everyone. Suppose you have a question like minus 4 to the power of 0. Okay. You have a question like 500. 8,193 whole to the power of 0. Simply write 1. Yes, because any number raised to the power of 0 is equal to how much? 1 only. The answer is directly 1. Very simple. Okay. So a question like this, minus 1 to the power of 204. I told you in the last class, remember it? 1 to the power of anything. That means 1 you multiply as many times, you will get how much? 1 only. But the question is whether you will get minus 1 or plus 1. That is the thing. What will decide that? What will decide that? The power. Just look at the power. You know 204 is even number. So even number, the power will be, if the power is even, the answer will be positive. Simply 1. Clear? And if you have an odd number, like suppose 101, answer will be how much? Minus 1. Remember it. So whenever you get a minus base like this, and it is asked to you, what will be the answer? What will you write? Simply look at the power. The power is odd, answer will be minus. The power is even, answer will be plus. See the usefulness of integers, right? It's applied everywhere. Okay, so you have to be very clear with that also. Always in a simplified question here, minus 6 to the power of 3, then it is minus 6 cube, plus minus 5 to the power of 4, 2 to the power of 3, 4 to the power of 2, 10 to the power of 2, 28 by 39 whole to the power of 0. Now inside, minus 6 to the power of how much? 3. So minus 6 multiplied to minus 6 multiplied to minus 6. Clear? Very clear? Now minus 5 to the power of, now you have plus minus 5 to the power of 4. So write minus 5 4 times, minus 5 multiplied to minus 5 multiplied to minus 5. It's clear? Now next you have what? Minus. Now you know the third law of exponent I told you. So it will be how much? 2 to the power of 3 multiplied to 2, isn't it? 3 multiplied to 2 will give me how much? 6. Yes? Then multiplied to 10 square. 10 square means what? 10 is multiplied to itself how many times? 2 times. You can write 10 tens are 100, or first step you can write 10 multiplied to 10. Since you are beginning with this, so you can write 10 multiplied to 10. Now this is raised to the power of how much? 0. What is the answer? 1. As simple. Anything to the power of 0 is equal to how much? 1. Okay? Now, let us start. 6 are 36. 36 6 are 216. 3 minus sign, so it will be minus 216. Okay? Plus 5 5s are 25. 25 5s are 125. 125 5s are, you will get how much? 625. Minus sign multiplied 4 times, even number of times, plus only. Okay? So simply you can write plus 625, no problem. Then you have here minus 2 to the power of 6. Now 2 to the power of 6, find the value of 2 to the power of 6. 2, 2s are 4, 2s are 8, 2s are 16, 2s are 32, 2s are 64. Yes or no? You have to multiply 2 how many times? 6 times. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 multiplied. Okay, 6 times. So you get 2 2s are 4, 2s are 8, 2 16, 2 32, 2 are 64. Then now multiply to 10 tens are 100. Multiply to 1. Leave it now. Multiply to 1 is not needed to be written again. Now, again integers here again you see. Minus multiplied to minus, plus, open the bracket. So you are getting here plus 216. Okay, always remember, okay, 625. Bodmer's rule, first multiplication. Bodmer's rule states first you have to multiply. So now 64 multiplied to 100 is how much? 6400. What is the sign of 64? Minus. What is the sign of 100? Plus. Minus into plus, minus only. Okay. See, everywhere you have to be very good in integers, then only you can solve. So please, still if you are not clear, you can do it. Now next, after Bodmer's rule, after this multiplication, you have the addition. Let us solve it. 5 plus 6, 11, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 841 minus 6400. So now you can easily subtract. Okay? Subtract it. So whatever answer you're getting, we'll post it in the comment box. Okay? The answer for this simplified. Okay? And I think with this, all that you need to know about exponents in standard 6th is over, and just now it's your work to completely go through the video carefully, see everything, understand everything, remember the laws of exponents and how to use those laws of exponents to solve the various kinds of numbers. And I hope your idea is quite clear. Okay? So keep practicing, keep studying. Thank you.